Good evening, my dear friends. Yesterday I met you approximately the same time as today. Yesterday we learned a few words, some new words. And today we are going to learn a few idioms. Many of us speak English, but how many of us speak idiomatic English? That's the question. It is very important for us to speak idiomatic English, or else our English here is very dull, very vapid. So I think you will feel equally interested in learning a few idioms. The first idiom that you are going to learn today is get weaving. G-E-T, get weaving. W-E-A-V-I-N-G, get weaving. Get weaving is a British slang idiom which means to hurry or to start to do something. When you're going to tell somebody to start to do something or to hurry up, you generally use this one, get weaving. So, yesterday, I remember yesterday I told you that only learning a solitary word or a phrase or an idiom is not enough. We have to, of course, know how to apply that word or that phrase in a certain sentence. So each time we learn a new word or a new phrase or a new idiom, we will, of course, construct a sentence with that new word or the new phrase or the new idiom. So let's now make a sentence with the idiom get weaving. For example, you should get weaving on the project early tomorrow morning. So say for example, you are the boss of a certain office and you are talking to your subordinates. You have assigned somebody to a certain project. Then you are saying that get weaving on the project tomorrow in the morning. So this way you can use this in your daily life as well. On different occasions you can use this, but remember that the application should be proper. For that reason only this example sentence is being shared with you, so that you feel that you don't feel at sea either. Number two, idiom number two, above oneself. A-B-O-V-E, above oneself. O-N-E-S-E-L-F, above oneself. Above oneself is also a British idiom which means conceited or arrogant. C-O-N-C-E-I-T, conceited or arrogant. A-R-R-O-G-A-N-T, arrogant. If we want to use this word verbally, so if you want to use this particular idiom in the say as a verb, then you have to simply use get, G-E-T, get, with this. If you use the word get with this idiom above oneself, then it will be a verb. For example, after your success in the examination, you have got above yourself. That means you have started thinking or you have started feeling more self-important than you deserve to be. So it is, of course, nothing to be praised about. So if somebody is above himself or herself, we will not, of course, say that the person should feel very honored. Not that. If anybody says that you are above yourself, you must not feel flattered. On the contrary, you will feel quite offended. Well, let's pass on to idiom number 3 today. Idiom number 3 is to put the acid on. To put the acid on. A-C-I-D, acid on. It is a slang idiom which originated in Australia. Americans also use this idiom, but in a different form. The American form of this idiom is to put on the acid. So if you hear an American man using this idiom, you will see he's using put on the acid, not put the acid on. Whereas original idiom, original form of the idiom is to put the acid on someone. Well, let's take an example now. The example is very important all the time, okay? So, for example, here we may say that to put the acid on means to beg or importune for favors, for money, for information, to put the acid on. Now, it's not good for you to put the acid on your rich sibling. It is often found in the society that if one of the siblings gets very awfully rich, the other siblings always try to put the acid on him or her. As a result, what happens? As a result, the relationship is severed. The relation gets sour. So, it is never right for us to put the acid on anybody for that matter. Maybe a friend, rich friend, maybe a rich relative, or anybody. Okay, in case of money, this example. Now, if you use this sentence, you use this idiom in a sentence where you would like to talk about some secret information, then also it is the same. That is, you are trying to put the acid on the say member of the IB department, on an employee of the IB department, Intelligence Bureau. Even if you try hard to put the acid on an employee of the IB, he is not going to reveal that to you because he is trained that way. Let's move on to idiom number 4. Idiom number 4 is to get one's act together. ACT act. To get one's act together. TOGETHER. It's an idiom which means to start to behave more appropriately or effectively. For example, before the show starts, a player or an actor feels very nervous, so you may use this idiom there, that you are, say, the director, you are the director, so you are encouraging the actor by saying that we are going to start in half an hour, you get your act together as soon as possible. Okay, so this way this idiom may be used. Actually, this idiom originated in the theater industry. The same scenario was there. When the actors felt very nervous before the commencement of the play, the director generally used to give them a pep talk. While giving them a pep talk, he used to say, get your act together before the start of the play, and you can. All right, let's pass on to idiom number 5. Our today's idiom that we are going to learn now. All these idioms are used, of course, very frequently. It is not that these idioms are very rarely used, not that. I just collect this kind of words and idioms from different newspapers, magazines, and some films, and also some TV programs. So I try to just keep the viewers, keep my friends updated in this respect, so that they do not speak archaic English. So the idiom number 5 is in apple pie order. In apple pie order. APPLE apple hyphen pie PIE apple pie order ORDER. It's a very useful idiom. Often you will hear this idiom being used by good speakers. And also if you read newspapers, if you read novels, you will see this idiom used there. And it's necessary for us to know the exact meaning of this idiom. The exact meaning of the idiom in apple pie order is perfectly arranged and tidy. Perfectly arranged and tidy. So let's now usually make a sentence with this idiom. Her employees keep the parlor in apple pie order even during her absence. When she is not present, her employees are so very obedient, her employees are so very disciplined that they keep the parlor in apple pie order. Now, today's last idiom, idiom number 6. I think that if we want to learn more idioms now, then this video will tend to be very lengthy and viewers may feel a little tired and bored. So everything in moderation, okay? Number 6, idiom number 6. Add up. A-double-D, add up, U-P, up. Add up is an idiom. When it is used idiomatically, it simply means to seem reasonable or to make sense. So somebody says something which is very reasonable. That what that person says really adds up to be reasonable. The argument. You are advancing your points, your argument. Your argument, when your argument adds up, that means your argument is reasonable. Your argument is your argument seems reasonable. Okay? So I would like to say for your information that mostly you will see this idiom, add up, is used in the negative. In the positive sentences, this idiom is very seldom used. At least I have not come across a lot of sentences, positive sentences, with this particular idiom. But I've seen plethora of examples where the sentences have been in the negative, and this idiom has been very aptly, very appropriately used there. So let us make a sentence now. Your friend is talking airy-fairy. At the time you may tell your friend, my dear, what you say doesn't quite add up. Because what you say doesn't make sense. You are simply talking airy-fairy. So in this way you can use this idiom. So in total we have learned 6 idioms today. All the 6 idioms are in wide circulation. You may use any one of them when the situation demands. So at the end of this video, the usual request to you, please subscribe to this channel if you at all want this channel to grow. Try to leave a comment in the comment box below, because your comments will guide me up the right path, or else it may be difficult for me to understand whether these videos are entertaining as well as informative or not. So my dear friends, what else for this session now? See you again in the next session. Bye.